Hello everyone, it's me, Bun Bun, and today we'll be taking a look at one of the craziest stores in Chuck E. Cheese history.
That sounds so stupid.
Sandy, Utah. Occasionally I will be doing one of my own choices for this history video, and today it's this store. This might be the weirdest one I'll ever go over, and it surprises me that I haven't found a video on this store already. I also technically visited this store back in April, which was one of my first popular Chuck E. Cheese videos. Also, I forgot to mention this, but my next history video will be about a certain store that closed in the early 2024 closure wave. Before we start, I would like to thank you all for the continued support after the 1,000 milestone. We're already near 1,200 as well. Anyways, let's get into the video. The original and the first location in Sandy, Utah was the Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater, which opened in February of 1983. Unfortunately, there's pretty much no information about this store. They opened with a balcony stage as per usual, and likely had Madame Oink or Helen Henny for a guest star until 1984, where they would keep Helen Henny along with every other store at the time. A photo from the Pizza Times newsletter in December 1983 shows Chuck along with a few other town officials celebrating the opening of the location. The Chuck costume is mostly normal with a diamond pattern on his vest and the usual mid-80s head. Another photo from the same article shows Chuck in between three other cast members from the location, where they supposedly set a record of 34 hours on a trampoline for a fundraiser. The Chuck costume seems to have the same head, but he's wearing the plain red vest in the photo. This section of the letter also mentions that the store was located in the Sandy Mall, which has since been renamed to the Sandy Village Shopping Center. A photo from an unknown date shows Artie Antlers in the Cabaret Lounge. This is very cool to see, judging by how unusual it is to see this guy. He looks perfectly normal compared to this photo of them, although he has the rounded antlers instead of these wooden ones. Honestly, very surprising to be featured in this store. Despite these interesting means of supporting the store, they would close in April of 1985. The reasoning is unknown, but it was likely due to the same reason as almost every other store at the time. The whereabouts of the bots are of course unknown. Later, the store would become and possibly subdivided into a kids' apparel store and coincidentally an arcade. There are lots of photos of the arcade from the very early 2000s and also a Chuck E. Cheese game room photo for some reason. Anyways, on to the next and final location. The second store in Sandy, Utah, 10535 South State Street, opened as a Chuck E. Cheese's in mid-1996. They opened as a franchise location. The store also had one stage and Operation Thumbchuck as one of 4 locations to open in 1996. The store's animatronics were formerly from the Riverside, California, 4033 Chicago Avenue Pizza Time Theater, which only closed in April of 1996. This meant all of the bots had Pizza Time Theater cosmetics and mechs. The earliest piece of footage of the store is from 2001, only 5 years after their opening. The first few seconds shows the store's full set of the 1991 confetti posters along with the Tropics and Hollywood postcard next to wall planners. This is also where the weirdness begins, as when the camera pans out you can see multiple interesting things. There seems to be showroom seating, but they are filming inside of the game room. There's a glowing Thumbchuck sign on the back wall with stars around it, and finally, the sky tubes. There's a large sky tube sign hanging from the ceiling with a Thumbchuck signage gradient, which I have never seen at any other store. Later in the footage, we get a better look at the sky tubes along with the showroom. The 1991 Wild West postcard is sitting in between the windows and wall planners. You can see an artifact shelf and also a closed off one stage, covered by the curtains. There is of course the basic wooden showroom signage above the entrance, and also the unique store entrance is shown for a short amount of time, although unfortunately it's only the side. An exterior shot of the store from September 7th, 2006 shows the Operation Thumbchuck signage, although it is in the background. The signage is basic for the most part, but the exterior is quite unique. There is a banner hanging on the main sign, but it's also very unclear what it is. The next video is from July 28th, 2008. You can see some of the artwork such as the 1991 Italy postcard, the Big City postcard, and the 1993 drive-in and theater posters. The sky tubes are not in the footage, which means they would be moved by the time this video was filmed, but at least we get a good look at this extremely tall store. The next video, from September 2008, shows that the sky tubes are moved to the left of the entrance. This takes place in the showroom, where you can see the Dog's Life record poster, the Hollywood artifact shelf, wooden checkered signage on the upper wall, the film rear decor, and the Avenger Chuck mascot costume. Most importantly, this video shows the most horrific cyberamics I've ever seen. Chuck is wearing his full Cool Chuck attire besides his cap, which is replaced by his derby. He's also missing his tooth. Obviously the mask hasn't been replaced since the Riverside's 1981 opening, which means the rest are a bit weird as well. I think Chuck's eyes make him just disgusting. Munch looks mostly normal and he's wearing his cap. Jasper is clearly wearing his Pizza Time Theater mask, and Pasquale is as well. All of the bots are aired down in the video. Another photo from April 26, 2009 gives the best look at the exterior. Obviously it looks the exact same, but it's still interesting to see. Two photos of the stage show the bots, with one being during a show. Chuck is wearing the same outfit in the photo, but he does have his tooth. He actually looks quite nice in this, which is a drastic change to his last appearance. Jasper is wearing a very different hat, reminiscent of his Pizza Time Theater one. It's very cool to see a full band in Pizza Time Theater cosmetics, especially Pasquale, who rarely kept his. These were both likely taken in 2009. Around this time, a select few of the store's interior walls would be repainted blue, reminiscent of the Cool Chuck remodel. This is shown in footage from early 2010. The same video shows clips of the game room. Despite repainting all the walls, the artwork from Operation Thumbchuck remained, including the Thumbchuck signage on the game room wall. The video gives a better look at this, which may have actually just been neon signage or a normal exterior logo. Sandy also had the contraption. The Italy postcard would be moved to across the beverages or salad bar. Another video from November 2010 finally shows the stage performing. The stage seems to be in actually pretty decent condition, with all the bots moving pretty smoothly despite their age. The Chuck animatronic is wearing his full Avenger attire in the video. And an employee and a magician seem to be performing for kids in the footage. I'm not sure why this is happening. Maybe he was hired for a birthday, or maybe they just had this as an event at the store. The store actually has a very surprising amount of footage. A video from 2011 shows the store. The first is of the showroom where they were playing a birthday show. The boss seems to be in decent condition still, although Jasper can only move his eyes and mouth. This video shows some of the artwork in the showroom with Mount Chuckmore on the back wall. Strangely, this wall was also painted blue. Again, due to them being franchised, they had a lot more oddities around the store, with the 1999 soccer poster in the showroom to the left of the stage. The next video shows probably the best footage of the stage. They look to be in pretty good condition still, with only Helen and Jasper lacking some movements. The 1999 hockey poster is to the right of the show as well. In September of 2011, the store would receive the Cool Chuck remodel, where they would repaint certain walls purple, receive newer decor, remodel the exterior to look like this, receive new games, etc. A photo from after the remodel shows the stage decorated for Christmas. Chuck is in a full Santa outfit with Munch and Helen wearing scarves. A Christmas tree is standing beside Chuck. Footage from 2012 shows a small bit of this remodel. Clearly they did not change much, as the Dog's Life record poster is still in the showroom. The one stage seems to be in a little bit worse condition, and they are on random movements. The 2005 watercolors poster is in the showroom as well. This photo also lets us see the sign in the back, which is a neon sign that reads pizza. Not very interesting, but whatever. A photo from October 2011 shows that they still had the sky tubes. Notice the Flabby Road record poster next to the front counter. The rest of the photos from 2012 aren't very interesting. This one from March shows a section of the second artifact shelf, as well as the frightening height of the store. The Valence has no business being that small for this tall of a showroom. I can't really tell, but I think that the 1999 Superheroes poster is under the artifact shelf. The 2005 red tickets are also in the game room. Of course, the stage is mostly the same with no cosmetic changes. A photo of the front counter shows some of the sky tubes in August of 2012. They also have this Avenger piece and more red tickets. The menu and beverages sign are shown as well. A photo of the road sign shows, well, the road sign, along with signage from the bowling alley connected to the store. This will be important in a little bit. They also had some of the 2010 3D posters that many franchise stores received. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, this unique and strange store would close in mid-2014. Riverside's animatronics would be sent to the Orem, Utah location, which had a 3-stage. This means that the bots would be completely useless to the store, and they were likely sent there for being owned by the same franchisee. Not too long after the closure, the store would be taken over by the same bowling alley. They would expand into the space using it as an arcade area. They would likely keep all of the games from the CEC. The reason I said fortunately they closed is because the games were not the only thing to remain. As a matter of fact, most of the store would remain. A photo of the exterior in May of 2015 shows it was repainted and also received new signage to replace it. Everything on the stage would be removed and it would be replaced by a projector screen. Most of the artifact shelves would stay, with all the Chuck E. Cheese stuff being removed of course, but props would eventually be sold off. The Orem location would eventually close in 2017. The whereabouts of Sandy's bots are unknown. There are a few photos of Orem's closure process which shows Sandy's bots in not the best condition. Jasper and Chuck seem to be the most intact, but Jasper has no upper or lower half. Pasquale no longer has a lower half and is leaning on his arms. Obviously, some of the parts in these photos are from the 3-stage itself, such as the other Chuck in this photo, the Munchbot in the first photo, and the barren skeleton laying on the floor. A tour of the arcade in 2019 shows that they kept the entire showroom. The entire store would currently be repainted, however. My video, filmed on April 26, 2024, shows all of the store. I didn't try playing any of the games, and I also didn't get any food because I just wanted to go there for the Chuck E. Cheese stuff. But all the games seem to be from the former Chuck E. Cheese location still, after 10 years. Interestingly, the pizza neon sign was moved above the kitchen door. For some reason, there's a small room next to the stage with a sink in it, which also had the Cyberstar Control Center still there, in plain sight, not even like hidden or anything. Chuck E. Cheese logo and all. A schedule was also left behind, hidden by pipes. I took photos of the artifact shelves, although I believe the TV props have been sold since. And the Esco statues, some posters and wall decor, and other decor on the shelves remained. Basic wooden signage also stayed, and of course the wainscot is covering every wall. Visiting the store was so surreal, especially with the nail in the coffin for Chuck E. Cheese in the last month. The store had separate party rooms in the hallway of the bowling alley's entrance. If you're ever in Utah for some reason, I'd recommend going here and maybe even visiting the former Pizza Time Theater, as this stuff is incredible to see nowadays. If you'd like to see the tour itself, it'll be the end screen and also in the description, along with the rest of my sources and videos. Overall, the seemingly lackluster area with a short-lived Pizza Time Theater and a one-stage store was very nice to go over. I mainly wanted to go over this because I technically visited the store and also just wanted to go over this bizarre place. If you somehow made it this far, please like and subscribe. It is a very simple task and helps me out a ton. Comment whatever you thought was good and maybe what I could change later on, and leave a request for the next video if you'd like. But more importantly, if there's anything I should tell you, it's this. World famous breakfast flavor, Lay's, IHOP, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, strawberry topped pancakes with syrup and bacon, naturally and artificially flavored potato chips. Bye bye.